H-A-T. It's in the name.
Welcome into the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast. We're going to talk a little bit about 2023 as we get ready to look forward to 2024, and we'll get right to those important conversations after these important messages. This episode of the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast is presented by Faulkner University. Faulkner University is a private Christian liberal arts university based in Montgomery, Alabama, with a mission to provide an education anchored by not only intellect, but also character and service. The Faulkner experience aims to educate the whole person. Every individual matters every day. We all want to become better versions of ourselves. No one wants to remain trapped where they are because of missed opportunities and unrealized dreams. At Faulkner University, we believe your dreams don't have an expiration date. We understand that you're looking for more than a degree. You want to find your niche and thrive in your career. Whether you're a high school senior just beginning your trek or an adult student looking for a better path, Faulkner is here to help guide your journey. Go to faulkner.edu to apply or get more info. That's faulkner.edu. I'm Travis Creasy. That's All-Pro Counselor Ben Hayes with Three Chord Counseling in Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to have everybody listening in with us and good to be together. Also good to have that cat that's up above me there, Will Mahan, in here with us, even though I think both of our families have run the gauntlet of illnesses over the break, but maybe everybody's getting better. So how's it going, Will?
It's going well. You know, we're getting there. We're finally getting over everything, ready to kiss 23 goodbye. Let's get out of here and get healthy. So, but glad to be with you guys again.
Well, I just wanted to jump on for a few minutes. It's actually been a while since Ben and I have even talked via the podcast, as we recorded pretty late in November and kind of used those episodes to get us through. But I want to talk a little bit about 2023, maybe some of the highlights. If you want to share some of the lowlights, as you probably already have talked about, a little bit of illness running through the FAMs there, then we'll do that. A lot of big things go on in 2023. And as you know, as the calendar flips to 2024, I can't even believe that I'm saying 2024. It's crazy to even contemplate that we're that far into our lives, gentlemen. But man, there's some big stuff we're talking about for next year, Ben, which we can't give too many details. Can't talk about it very much because it's still kind of in the preparation stage. But exciting stuff that's coming up. And of course, we want everybody to stay tuned to that. But before we reveal too much about that awesome thing we think is going to happen, we can talk a little bit about 2023. I know that we had the episode about Will and his folks, his people going to Africa, taking some of Ben's people with him. We've been to West Virginia, Ben. We've been to Alaska, the two separate directions to do the Helping Healing Humor Mental Health Workshop. Will be coming up here to Fayetteville in March. So anybody in the area make plans to be with us. But we'll go to Will. Will, you hadn't been with us in a while. What are some highlights? I mentioned Africa. Feel free to talk about that. Whatever you got, 2 or 3 things there.
Yeah, I think I was looking through. I don't know if y'all on your iPhones, you can scroll through and it shows all the different months, basically of what you've done for the previous year. And one of the main ones that's popped up over and over was Africa. And it was a lot of fun. Got to take Lindsay. I guess our first real experience of leaving Emmy, for a couple of weeks was a little different, entering that stage of parenthood, and Lindsay and I going off for quite a while because it had just been me previously. But it was really neat to take the teenagers, to take Destin and Ruthie and just see parenthood has become really cool to see the world through Emmy's eyes. And it was really cool to see that type of ministry through the eyes of Ruthie and Destin, and just getting to see what they thought about it, the lessons that they learned, kind of just almost got to watch as an older brother, and just get to experience that with Lindsay. I talked about it for a year, was just a lot of fun to serve with people that normally I don't serve with on an everyday basis. Normally it's Ben. So to get away from him for a little bit and to do ministry just different than everyday ministry was a lot of fun. And then I would say another highlight was going to California with Blake and Reagan. And Lindsay and I, we kind of just made a quick trip to go watch Auburn play. Sorry to a lot of the Auburn fans. The day we're recording had a rough one up there in Nashville. But just getting to get away from ministry, I think was really cool. Sometimes, and y'all know, I don't know that a lot of church members know, we don't take a lot of breaks. I guess we have very flexible schedules, but our minds don't get a lot of breaks. And I don't know that my mind took a lot of break, even, when you have those moments to get away. But that was just good to be with other adults doing things that you just wanted to enjoy. And so I guess two of the highlights for me was doing ministry with people I don't normally do ministry with, which I think is a lesson in and of itself. That no matter your age, we can all work together. And then the other part was it really is good to get away, and sometimes I guess I have that parent guilt from time to time because I spend a lot of time with other people's kids and not always my kid. But even to get away from just normal family and go have some fun with Lindsay and with friends and experience that was just a breath of fresh air, and we probably annoyed each other a lot, spending that much time driving from Southern California to Northern California. But just the experience to break away and be thankful for what you have back here, I think were two of the biggest highlights for me. So I guess two trips. I love to travel, one with the purpose of ministry and the other one with the purpose of going to relax and rejuvenate and kind of refresh myself a little bit.
Sweet. Ben, what you got, man?
Well, I was kind of did that when you mentioned it. I thought I'd scroll through and kind of be reminded of some things because obviously one of the first things that came to mind was just big transition years. You mentioned Alaska, and Alaska was amazing in and of itself. Just seeing the territory, seeing the place, just was amazing. But I think on top of that was the fact that I had a son graduate. So Jackson graduated, and that was, he went with us, and seeing that trip kind of through his eyes, it's the first time he's ever taken the camera away from me to take pictures. So I could tell it was something that meant something to him and that he enjoyed by doing that. And so I think just the fact that I had a kid graduate, kind of on the negative end of things, but just trying to soak up every day as I can with my dad. Dad's had some health issues over the last couple of years, but this year certainly had some decline. And so dementia, and Lewy bodies specifically, dementia is just not a fun journey to have to go on. And I'm sure there's those out there listening that have been down that journey as well. But, thinking about that and so seeing the different stages, because then I also had the privilege of coaching Cyprus's basketball team, which I don't know how to coach basketball, and I don't think we won a single game. But I think we got we had a very interesting team and had trouble focusing for longer than 5 seconds. And so that was fun. Got to help Evan and Leslie coach their baseball team too. So that was fun. And Bransley's, and we've been in volleyball. Just a lot of stages of life. So I think as will be, I guess, for a while, you've got the stages with Dad in his later years. You got the kids in these early moments of sports. So you got Destin and Bransley kind of getting into the more competitive sports, and then Jackson graduating and us getting to enjoy some travel time with him. Of course, I've loved me and you, Travis, getting to go. We did Erupt. You mentioned West Virginia. We did Alaska. We did Dallas and Pigeon Forge. And so we went and watched my brother kind of go through his process of retiring down in Georgia. That was a big circular trip from Georgia to West Virginia back home. So we've been keeping the roads hot, all three of us, I think, for the whole year.
For the most part, we like it that way. It is nice to have a break.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
when we get it. But yeah, I mean the highlights, the lowlights, all that stuff. I'm coaching varsity basketball or trying to coach varsity basketball, and so there's nothing more humiliating than getting or humbling, I guess is a better word, than getting a dose of, hey, you don't know what you're doing, and so you better learn quick. And so you work on the best you can, hope to get better, and that's what we're in the process of doing. Along with the Alaska trip, Whitney and I. Whitney doesn't travel a whole lot. And so I somehow coaxed her into going. I don't know that she would look at
she
it
may
as a
do
highlight.
less now.
she was pretty sick the whole time due to other complications. And then we decided to climb a mountain. But we've talked about that story at length. The whole idea of getting to spend that time to go and see brethren across the country, and really having a lot of fun in the process. It doesn't really, I think that's the issue, Will, is I think that physically it may not feel like work, but you're right. It is hard to turn off the brain, right? It's hard it's hard to rest. It's getting harder and harder for me to rest in somewhere other than my own bed at home. And so it's really nice to see that too. This Christmas break, we travel a lot on the front end, and we've sat around. In fact, I'm sitting in my pajama pants right now. I haven't come out of them all day. So pretty excited about that. And of course, 2024 kicking off soon. But, anytime we get to do some fun things, I mentioned the big thing coming up here pretty soon that hopefully we'll be able to announce in the next couple of weeks. It's not a huge secret. But we certainly want to make sure our P's and Q's are lined up. And hey, if you want to know the secret, maybe it's just killing you deep down inside, then you can reach out to one of us and find out how you can be a part of the big secret. We would love for you to at least pray, at the most, prayer works. So be praying about that. We'll reveal it when we can. If you want to be boots on the ground, hands involved, we'd love to have you. And so, the thing for me as a 7, Will, on the Enneagram, it's always the next big thing. What's the next big thing? And it's really been cool.
The mission of Heritage Christian University is simple. They aim to advance the churches of Christ by equipping servants through undergraduate and graduate programs. HCU produces effective communicators of the gospel, focusing on evangelism and a commitment to Scripture. Heritage Christian University offers 5 degrees: Associate of Arts in Biblical Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Biblical Studies, Master of Arts, Master of Ministry, and Master of Divinity. HCU is accredited by the Association for Biblical Higher Education and is an associate member of the Association of Theological Schools. Since 1968, Heritage Christian University has offered affordable degrees in biblical studies, allowing graduates to thrive in their ministries without the burden of loan debt. In fact, most graduates finish at HCU without owing anything for their education. For the spring 2024 semester, HCU is offering full tuition scholarships for the graduate level students. For more information about the scholarships they offer, visit www.hcu.edu. HCU invites you to the 2024 Heritage event at the Marriott Shoals Conference Center. Join them on Saturday, August 24th, for an incredible night of music from the legendary Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder. General admission tickets and table sponsorships are available for purchase. Visit hcu.edu to purchase your tickets today. If you think HCU is the perfect university for you, visit hcu.edu to schedule a tour or apply today. Heritage Christian University helps you thrive in your ministry.
As this will air on the day after New Year's Day, the 2nd, for our fun question, I want us to, and I'm springing this on these guys, it can be a, hey, I'm definitely going to do that again, or it can be a, hey, I am never going to do that again if I can possibly help it. It could be both. And so, or maybe something that in 2023 you never thought you would do, and you did, and it wasn't so bad. And I'm going to start with my dinner tonight, right? Like those of you that have known me and hung around me very long, I went to India like 15 years ago, and I ate so much chicken curry over there against, really, it was all I had to eat, that I kind of had sworn it off. And even to the point that when I smell it in the mall occasionally or somewhere, it kind of makes my stomach hurt. And so Whitney fixed a little chicken curry. She got my permission first. And I was like, well, it's been 15 years. Maybe I can forgive it. And so in the never again, but I did, and it was okay. Actually, it's a pretty good category. I ate some chicken curry tonight, and it's everything's great.
Say, you should probably not say it was okay when it's talking about your wife's cooking of it. So just saying, be careful with that.
She doesn't listen. So also, I forgot to highlight, we hit 300,000 downloads on all our podcasts. So that's a huge highlight. So boom. Thanks to all our sponsors and Patreon folks. You guys got a never again. Do it again, or hey, I said never again, I did it, it was all right. Any of those?
Well, I would say on the I'll do it again is definitely Alaska on that list because it was phenomenal, and I've wanted to do it again since we went back. I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while, so definitely we'll do it again. I'm not sure that I'm thinking too much of anything that won't do again. Will, you got anything? I might think of something as you go, but
yeah, I think for me, I'm done with California. You know, maybe like I've seen everything out there that I want to see. I'll say this: I'm done with San Francisco and Los Angeles. There's just not anything else out there for me. Give me Yosemite, Joshua Tree, some of the national parks. Still will do that. But like, I'm done with LA, for sure done with San Francisco. Like, I ain't got nothing else, there for me. So that's a big one. Africa, man, as long as I'm breathing and I can make it happen. That's something that I want to continue to be a part of. And so I think that's probably the one that I haven't done that I may do in 24 is get a flu shot. Maybe. I don't know, because man, it wrecked me. So that may be. We'll see what happens. But I've had a few family members get the flu shot, and they probably had it worse than I did. So, not to throw any political correctness anywhere on where you are with your with your shots, but we'll see what happens.
Every time I get them, I get the flu worse than when I don't. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Who knows?
Awesome. Well,
ask me next flu season.
I definitely want to keep rocking and rolling on the Helping Healing Humor podcast with you guys. It's been great. Love getting to hang out with you guys. Dodgeball, we didn't even mention. I mean, dodgeball's great. Running the St. Jude. Be sure to join us in our Facebook.com/groups/Ben and Travis. It is a private group. We got one question. If you'd like to join our newsletter, you can put in your email or just say no. We'll let you in. And for the next 28 days, starting yesterday as this aired, we'll be doing our 28 days of focused living. If you join the newsletter there, we'll send you that free journal via your email, or you can go to benandtravis.com and sign up there, and you get that free journal in your inbox. And we'll start the challenge on January 1. It looks like we're going to be looking at the book of Esther. So much going on, and we are just thankful for all of you out there that are along for the ride. And we certainly hope that you have a very happy new year, and that you don't mess up writing 2023, 2024 too many times as I do every single year. But guys, I certainly appreciate you jumping on with us, and I hope you and yours have all the black-eyed peas and hog jaw and whatever stuff you usually eat for New Year's. And hopefully we have a really good one, if you know what I mean, on New Year's Day.
Here we go.
Out in California, but we'll see. And by the time this airs, for our non-Patreon people, we'll be happy or sad. And either way, we're excited about the new year and what all's going on. And we certainly give all the glory to the Lord and give him thanks for all of the fun that we've had and the success. And we'll talk at you next time.
This episode of Helping Healing Humor podcast with Ben and Travis is brought to you by Daisy's Place. In 2003, little Daisy was fighting for her life. Each time she went into ICU, Carolyn, her mom, had no place to put her things or rest. Do you have a story like mine? When your loved one is in the hospital, the last thing you need to worry about is a place to rest. Daisy's Place is a free place to stay in Florence, Alabama, while your loved ones need you the most. Daisy's Place needs you. Share your gifts as a volunteer, spread the word, donate, and sponsor to help serve others in their time of need. Go to daisysplace.org. That's DAISYS-PLACE.org. Or give Carolyn a call at 256-629-6729. That's 256-629-6729.
Thanks for being with us for this episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast. Be sure to download our free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living, at benandtravis.com and receive all of our Helping Healing and Humor extra content directly in your inbox. We look forward to having you join us at the same Ben and Travis time, same Ben and Travis channel.